Okay, so today I have my Sidekick on my table, and I have a die, the circle die that came with the Sizzix Sidekick, and I am just running this through to cut out circles. And what I have here is petal paper. It's very much like crepe paper, and so I am just going to feed this through the Sidekick. I'm having a little trouble getting it started here on this last cut. Sometimes it needs a little help to grab. Okay, so here we go. Feeding it through is no problem once you get the machine to grab it. Alright, so what I've done is I have cut 3 circles of this at a time. Alright, and I have a bunch of them cut out already. So let me set this aside. Alright, so what I have done next is, after I've got all of my circles cut out, I've taken a scrap piece of paper here, and I'm just sticking it down to my work surface with washi tape. And now I've marked this ahead of time in pencil, but I will show you what I did. I took a circle and I went around it, just traced around it, just so I know where it sits on the paper. Okay, so just easily mark where that goes. And then I measured off 5 lines equidistant across that circle. So I just made my mark and then drew my lines. All right. Now, if you would like, you could mark those A and B, 1 and 2, whichever you want, but you want them to alternate, okay? So I'm going to make this an A, this one an A, and this one an A, and then the other 2 are B's. All right, and now we are set up to glue. All right, so now I'm going to use this Best Glue Ever by ScraPerfect, and I'm just going to take my circles, make sure I only have one at a time. I'm going to set it there, and I'm going to follow my pattern. So for the first round, I'm going to put glue down on A. Make sure I just have one and set it on top. And then I'm going to put the glue where B is. And I'm going to continue to do this until I am out of circles. Okay, so then the next thing I did was found the center of my circle, and I drew a line all the way across. I'm going to put my glued circles back down, and if you want to make sure you have them the right direction, if you just pull it apart a little bit, see how we're getting that shape? That's what we want at the top and the bottom. The sides don't do that, okay? So the sides go to the sides. And then what we're going to do is draw a line across our circle using our template there. I think I'm going to do it in pencil. Just enough to see it so that we can cut it with the scissors. Okay? So then we're going to cut across that circle. And that might be a little tough depending on how many layers you have there. Okay, now keeping that together, this side here and this side here have the same glue lines, and they were B's. Okay, now I started on A, so I know that that's back here. So I want to flip those two and glue them together like so. Okay, so I am just gonna glue these flat. So that they stick together. Now this sandwich centered part, you may want to glue that as well, but let's give it a go and see what happens if we just pull this open and glue it to the other side. Now we may need to wait a little bit for glue to dry, but for the most part, I think we've got it. Yeah, we need to let some of those dry, okay? So I'm just going to hold that tight for a few minutes, and in fact, I am going to clamp it so that it glues tight. And once that dries a bit, I will come back and show you the finish. Okay, to help this out, what I'm going to do is I have run a bead of glue down this center piece here, and I'm just going to run that with my finger. And I'm also going to use that path there to attach a string to hang. So I've just cut it with a knot, and I'm going to hide the knot inside, let the tails hang out the other end. That way, if I want to add beads, decorations, anything else, I can do so on those tail ends. And I'm going to let that sit for a minute and dry. All right, once you're happy with how dry and tacky that is, we're just going to glue the other half of the circles together. So you're going to go around the circle, and now you're going to gently take one side and the other and get those to marry together on the other side. Now this may take just a little bit of finesse, and you don't want to rip anything, you just want to go nice and slow. You can hold that together, or you can clip it, whatever you need to do to get it to glue. Doesn't take much because we're using a tacky glue, which is really tacky. Alright, and you can see the strings coming out at the bottom here. And then all I have to do is go in and just kind of finesse some of these openings. Okay? So you get a really nice looking shape once all your glue dries. Hope you give it a try. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial for making your own three-dimensional ball. And I can see this as a Christmas ornament. I could see it as, party decorations, room decorations. Maybe you hang it with some lights and just give it a little bit to dry. And then you can fluff it about.